All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash, which is Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father in the ancient Hebrew, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, okay, who the world calls Jesus Christ. And double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is going to be a Lord willing, a quick video, straight to the point, dealing with the title, okay, caution, watch what you say in these videos. Okay, watch what you say in these videos. And the Spirit has been on me in like my past few lessons that I've done to bring this up, you know, again and again. Now, I was just watching I just started watching the video that the Elder Itazon did, Stay in the Spirit 144. Basically on the same topic, right? And he had an article on there. Like I said, I just started watching it, so I didn't fully get into it, but the Spirit was on me to do another lesson on this, okay, which is watch what you say in these videos, all right? Because we're at that point, like in the article that he was showing, I think there was a banker that got fired over remarks against the 48ers, all right? So we're pretty much at that point where you can see how they can very easily use the situation that's going on over there, which people would think, oh, this doesn't affect me at all, but they can use, well, let me say this, right? Throughout history, if you look throughout history, people have been able to countries, governments have been able to implement some draconian measures and laws based on a certain event, right, that has taken place, and they use that event as a catalyst in order to go about, establishing these laws, measures, whatever the case is, right? So don't think that just because something is happening over there in the East that it doesn't affect you at all right? And don't get all over righteous and then get yourself messed up, all right, by getting overzealous, and saying something that's a little too much. Okay, our job, we're able to do our job just well enough using the words that the Lord has provided us in the book. That's what he told us to do, right? Pursuant to Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter, eat the whole roll and then go and teach the house of Israel. So that's what we're supposed to do. So I remember the elder Manat Zakba, he did a video, this was like some years ago, on he said that he had a dream. He had a dream that he got locked up because he was teaching the word. I think he said, if I remember correctly, you can correct me, but if I remember correctly, I think he said that he had a dream about he was teaching. He said something on YouTube. He said something about like the MOTV or something, and they pretty much threw him in jail. But I think he ended up prophesying over there or something like that. But I remember that. Okay, he did a lesson on it. But the scriptures tell us that we have to be wise, like Yahweh Shai said, we have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves, right? So obviously it's kind of like seeing some form of a dangerous situation about to brew in a certain location, and you're gonna walk right into that. It's like you're just gonna give yourselves into their hands. Now that's not wise at all. Okay, we're here to do a particular job. Now you can't do that job if you're out here, caught up in legal situations, because guess what? They're watching all of this, and the U.S. has already declared, right, according to Biden, they've already declared what side they're on, right? They said they stand with, whoever, right? Whoever they decided to stand with. So that means that if you are here on U.S. soil and you are opposed to that, by outwardly, and every people have their own views and opinions and so on and so forth. But wisdom is you don't have to go and jump on top of a rooftop and shout out, I support yada yada, or yeah, I hate yada yada, or whatever the case is. You can, if it fits in your mind, ain't nobody, we ain't gonna come and read your mind. But you basically, tell yourself off when you let it escape out of your mouth in a time when they can be used against you. Okay? Because another example is, you had this border that was open for so long, all these people coming up in here. What are the chances that maybe they have some people in here that they can say, oh, this is a hypothetical scenario, right? They can say, hey, there's some people that came up in here that are either sleeper cells for the this side, or that are this people supporters, or whatever the case is. And they can go and commit some heinous act, and then they can turn around and say that, oh, see, this is what the supporters of such and such are doing. So now we got to watch out for anybody that shows any signs, okay, of possibly being, you know, whatever it is. Now, like I said, this is a hypothetical example, right? So you could have posted some post at this point in time, like 3 months ago or something. Or you may have made a comment about this like 2 months ago. Some event happens 2 months down the line. Guess what? They're going to go back and look at that. Oh, this person 2 months ago made a post about such and such. We got to go see them. Knock, knock. What's up? You know, but these are all just possibilities, but we have a job to do. Okay? Our job doesn't involve, the only side that we support is the side of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai. Okay? Like we said, the prophecies are set in stone. The prophecies are going to happen. Our job is to come and tell you what the Lord said is going to happen. How you feel about that, that's how you feel about it. You know, but the Lord didn't say come and tell us how you feel. He said come and tell us what the scriptures say, what he feels. So I'm going to start off with this precept. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. Giving no offenses. Let me see if maybe if I start up above, maybe I might get something good or better up here. What do we say here? Okay, this is 2 Corinthians 6 and 1. We then, as workers together with him, beseech you also that ye receive not the grace of God in vain. For he saith, I have heard thee in a time accepted, and in the day of salvation have I succored thee. Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. See, when Yahweh Shai was put on trial, he was such a, oh, that's a spirit, 441. That's it. That says 441 right there. That's the spirit. But it's been there for like this whole time since I started the lesson, but my eyes just hit it right now. But he was a perfect example in that he literally gave no offense, to the point where even Pontius Pilate couldn't find an offense in him. And if it was up to Pontius, he would have been like, yo, all right, you good. Let him off. See? So he was so blameless, to the point where they needed to make something up just to be able to get something on him. And even that. Right? So that was a good example. Now, as it says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. There was a, right. The Most High gave us wisdom. That is our defense mechanism in this time. Wisdom. That's why Yahweh Shai said, be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. He didn't say, go out there and turn into Superman and because you got the spirit with you, you know, go. First off, the apostles had spiritual power, right? They were performing miracles. Why don't you think that at some point the apostles didn't just say, you know, F this shit? Like Paul, why didn't Paul just gather up some of the head apostles, say, you know what, we got spiritual power. Hop on a boat, let's go to Cyprus, let's cut over to Asia Minor, let's cut across the Aegean, and let's go over there to Rome. Because we're a province under Rome. Let's go over there to Rome, and let's go mess them dudes up. Nero, get Nero's ass out here now. I'm going to call down fire. You can call me Elijah the second. You know, I'm going to call down fire and burn his ass. Why don't you think the apostles said, we got spiritual power, let's go up in there and be tough guys? Right? When the apostle Paul got apprehended, when they were thrown in these, why didn't they just, hey Lord, let me call down fire from heaven, let me mess these dudes up? Because that wasn't the time. All right, it was time for us to teach, as it is now. So the power the Lord gave us primarily now is wisdom. Okay, and through that wisdom, you're able to maneuver and escape these dangerous situations. Guess what? A lamb can outsmart a wolf if it's smart enough, and it can survive. So the only being the strongest physically is not the only way to win. Okay? In fact, the best way to win is strategically. Why do you think, if you look in the past, how Esau went around conquering people? He went originally with just go with the sword. Okay? But over time, as he in his different rulerships, he started to think, you know what? Why, if I go with the sword, I'm gonna exhaust myself and my resources, right? So why not find more strategic means? When the Romans came into power, they say, you know what, we could go with the sword, but let's put that as a secondary measure, and let's go with the you join Rome, or else we bring the sword to your ass. And then later on, they say, you know what, with the sword, we can put that as a third measure. Why don't we go and be deceptive? You know, let's put deception at the forefront. Let's turn them against each other. Let's make them do the work for us. So they use craft, you know, the cunningness, in order to conserve their resources. Well, the Lord has given us the ability to use our heads so we don't find ourselves in these situations. Because one example that I always give is there was a video years ago of, I guess this individual was an Israelite or whatnot. I don't remember if they had that fringe t-shirt on, but basically they got arrested, or they got pulled over by a cop, and the cop was telling them, get out the car. And this individual thought that was the time to show how tough you are as an Israelite. So the cop is saying, get out the car. He ain't trying to get out. He ain't trying to get out. Now the cop is pissed off. Now forget the cooperation. Now he's not saying, see, that's the thing about Jake, right? The cop tells you, look, let's cooperate. Nah, I ain't cooperating for shit. What you talking about? I ain't doing that. I ain't showing you nothing. What's your name, officer? Okay. Then that option goes away. Now the cop is pissed off and he's saying, now I'm gonna forcefully drag your ass out. That's when you want to go and cooperate. He doesn't want to cooperate. He wants to drag your ass out the car now. That door is closed. But now you, okay, I'm gonna get out the car. No. He's gonna take you out the car. Okay? So the officer's trying to get this guy out the car. The dude ain't trying to get out. Officer gets mad, and he basically just like finds an angle, pulls that door open. Oh, he was like a pit bull. He was like a wild, angry pit bull that just grabbed onto his target, and with the anger and the force he used to drag that dude. Man, he pulled that door out, pulled that door aside, grabbed the dude, pulled him out, and all you can hear is this guy getting slammed on the back of the car, getting handcuffed, screaming, Yahweh Bahashem HaMashiach Yahushai. Right? That's what you kept hearing, HaMashiach Yahushai, all that. Now, why didn't the Lord send down like thunder, doom? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't the Lord just like have two she-bears pop out and just like maul this cop down? Or why didn't the Lord do anything? This person got arrested, he got apprehended. I don't know what happened to them after that. But why? Because the Lord is looking at you like, you fool. I gave you what you needed. If you had used, because basically what the individual did was, well, I'm gonna put aside what the Lord gave me, and I'm gonna just do what I want to do. And that's what got you messed up. If you had used the tools the Lord gave you, you wouldn't find yourself in that situation. The Lord gave you wisdom. Oh, you know what? I don't got the power over this guy right now. Let me just cooperate. If he says that I did something I didn't do, okay, you take me down to the station. It's gonna get cleared up anyway. Yeah, what, you gonna put me in jail? You gonna arrest? You gonna do what? You gonna penalize me for something I didn't do? It's gonna get cleared up. See, when you use the tools the Lord has given you, then he'll say, yo, put the spirit on this guy. You know, maybe he'll put the spirit on the officer to just be like, you know what, I was gonna give you some points in a ticket, but you know, just yeah, make sure next time you do this better. And then he leaves. That's when the Lord steps in and delivers you. Not when you have declared necessary tools and you want to do otherwise. Now, the reason I brought that out is to say that tool the Lord gave us primarily is wisdom. So wisdom is that, well, if I see that now there's this narrative going around about people being anti, right? And on top of that, there's certain events going on where certain people of one side are coming up against another side, right? And they're going back and forth. I'm not going to instigate that. I'm not going to join in on here or here. Because the second you join in here, you're the enemy of this. You join in here, you're the enemy of that. I'm just going to be quiet and do what I got to do. I'm going to stay out the way. And at that point, I'm good. Now, if you try to come after me, then when I'm not putting myself in your hands, then the Lord is going to deliver me. Right? But why should I put the ministry, at blame because I wanna voice how I feel? What you feel got nothing to do with anything. What you feel has nothing to do with anything. It's about what it is, what's going on. So the caution is, watch what you say in these videos. If you're speak according to the word of the Lord. And if they want to find fault, let them find fault with the words in the book. Right? So this is 2 Corinthians 6 verse 3 again, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. So you say, oh, you see what happened over there? yeah, good for such and such. You know, they deserve that. You know, I mean, it's about to up. You know, you just read on here. Oh, okay, what happened there? Well, hey, that's according to prophecy. You know, eventually it's going to escalate into what it says in boom, boom, boom. Then you go into that, and you show this is what the scripture says is going to happen. So chances are that's happening because it's going to be a step that escalates into something more. Our job is just to prophesy. Okay. It says that the ministry be not blamed. What does that mean? It takes only one person. It takes one person to go and say some wild, crazy shit, and that's how that's what Esau waits for. I mean, that's his moment of opportunity. He paints with a broad brush. So he picks out one person, possibly an agent, and says either go and do this, or go and say this, or go and incite this. Okay, and then when they do that, guess what? Hey, look, all these people are like that. You know, all these people are like this. And you saw a glimpse of that during the this was maybe 2019. There was the whole situation. I think this was the situation with the high school kids, you know, and then you had the Israelites teaching, and you had the high school kids at Covington or Cove, something like that. And Fox News, right? Fox News, they got on there, and you saw what they did, right? I think they put a clip of GMS, was it San Francisco? One of those clips in there, and they chopped it up so well that it looked as though you had this woman come up and these brothers were just being aggressive, and then they just pushed her, and they're like, oh my gosh, look how radical and evil these guys are. They do that. So you've seen a glimpse of what they do. That wasn't a full story at all. In fact, the cops came and arrested the woman. So if the brothers were the ones in fault, why didn't the cops arrest them? But this is how the media, you know, moves. They take things, manipulate it, and they push something out to you in order to control the narrative. You know that. So if depending on what you say, they will take that. You know, you may be even giving an example. You may be making a reference to a movie, and then they'll crop that. You got your face, you got your voice. Look at what these people are saying. This is what they're all about. Oh, going back this year ago. Remember the Jersey City shooting? Remember that? Oh wow. So these people have a history of boom, boom, boom. Remember the times they took it? I think it was either Congress or something. They were talking about you know, they called the acronym is BHI, right? They got all these things set. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, but our job is not to make it easy for them. So the job, you're supposed to give no offense that the ministry be not blamed, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of God, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings. Because as these things come upon us, I mean, you can only really get so mad, right? Because if Esau's going to do something, he's doing it because the Lord put the Spirit on him to do it. He wouldn't be able to do it otherwise. And likewise, he wouldn't be able to not do what he's doing if the Lord says go and do it. So you can only really be so mad at Esau, right? It's like, yo, you know, you damn devil, why you? Which you gotta be careful with that too. You know, you. Why you gonna come and do that? Well, guess what? If the Lord put the Spirit on him to do it, then that's what he's gonna do. You know. So really, you gotta look at it as the Lord doing it, and the Lord is doing it because, you know, it must needs be done. All right, but that's the times we're in, and now is the times, as we've said over and over again, you need to apply these scriptures. Okay, it's more than just I know what this breakdown is. I remember these precepts. I can. How oftentimes like I can edify you, but what about yourself? Are you taking heed, or is it just fun to do lessons warning others, but you don't take heed? You know, you know, you can't do that. You can't do that. But you don't remember that you're telling somebody they can't do something. That applies to you as well, right? And Salakia, for some reason, YouTube, they like all the words on here in the comments are literally mixed in. They're like mashed. It's like one on top of the other on top of the other. I see. So yeah, they gotta fix their update because YouTube just did an update, but it looks like when you comment, the words of your comment is on top of the name of your account. So it's like it almost looks, you know, I can't read it. So Salakia, if brothers are putting comments or whatnot, I can't really see it. I can barely even see who's on here. All right. But shalom to all you sincere listeners anyway. Okay, so that's pretty much the point. You know, be careful what you say in these lessons. Stick to what the scriptures say. You know, and you know, just keep teaching. You know, teach according to the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because that's what the Lord set us up here to do anyway. All right, so you know we're gonna keep on watching and you know, go with the spirit and just pray that, Lord willing, you know, the Lord speeds things up and it's not just, you know, another tarrying, you know, and so on and so forth. You know, and of course, like we said, this is gonna somewhat slow down a little bit because the Lord is pacing it. He's pacing these prophecies. You know, remember the angels are holding back the winds, so sometimes it'll get like all crazy, but they gotta pull it back metaphorically. They gotta pull it back so that it can give way for another prophecy to come to pass. See, so that thing can't fully pop off until this comes to pass. But at some point, the Lord you gotta think about it like this, right? If it takes longer, say from the start of World War III to the end of World War III takes like this long, right? But from the start of the MOTB starts from here, like it takes like this long. The Lord is going to need to start. He's going to need to start preparing whatever is going to lead to that destruction now, you know. And then as time goes, all right, then you introduce whatever else needs to be introduced, because remember that the judgment of the MOTB is that nuclear destruction. See, so when they bring out the MOTB, people are going to be tempted, right? As it says, the world is going to be tried, and those that take it, their judgment is going to be that result of World War III, that nuclear destruction. So yeah, as much as these prophecies are intertwined, they're still sequential in a way, you know. But anyway, you know, it's beautiful times to be alive. Barakatah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And we pray that, you know, with how close we are, that we continue to endure and that we be of the elect, because this shit is going to get real bumpy, you know. It's going to get real wild. And you've seen how the Lord works. If you've been paying attention, the Lord works like that, you know. So you can go from 0 to 100 just like that, real quick. And then if you're not paying attention, you wouldn't even see when it started. All right, but anyway, I'm going to end it off here. Lord willing, that was edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha, Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.